just
a
wanna
lot
get-
of
get
people,
point.
a lot of white people don't feel like it impacts their day-to-day life. So, and we're far removed from slavery. So why do we have to be responsible for it?
As a black person, this is what I feel. I feel like when we talk about the Holocaust, it's dismissive. Folks, man, have a place in their heart for it.
Right.
When we talk about what happened to the Native Americans, they have a place in their heart for it.
Right.
What happened in terms of the Japanese Americans, we know that because they got reparations, $20,000 per person. They have a heart in it. But when it pertains to black folks, then I wasn't around.
I'm gonna say this, and I'm over here, but I think that's a little bit of that, like, of the victim of black
generalization.
people. Like, white people don't care. Every white person I know would be like, slavery was horrible. And that's a great question. Maybe I'm wrong.
If you've never been to the African American Museum, until you've seen, what are those things? For infants, you don't understand the magnitude of how horrific is a mild word. People need to just acknowledge it, because once you acknowledge it, then you can pass that on to your children and their children and their children. When I was 8 years old, and I was the only black person in the Girl Scout troop, and we had gone on this camping trip, and we were staying in these cabins, and of course the Girl Scouts had to clean the cabins. I was sweeping the cabin one night, and I'll never forget this girl's name, and I'll just say it, Jennifer DeStefano. I will never forget her name, and I was 8 years old.
Jennifer,
And I
you've
was
been
sweeping
called
the
out.
cat. You've been
We're
called. I've been
tagging
looking for you on Facebook, girl, for about 20 years, and I haven't found you yet. But I was sweeping the cabin, and she was standing there at the door with her arms folded like this. We were small kids, and I remember saying, "Are you gonna help us sweep?" And she said, "You do it, nigger." I was 8 years old.
See, and you hear that type of stuff.
And I will never forget that. And I remember my mom telling me, it's her parents' fault. It's not her fault. Don't be mad at her. It's her parents' fault.